Hello, everybody. Back in Fredericksburg, we are here in Richmond, getting set for this big game tonight. The James Monroe Yellow Jackets 3-7. Thomas Jefferson at 5-5. Seems to be a momentary delay in the start of tonight's football game, but we just want to come on and let you folks know that we will be bringing you tonight's football game in its entirety. And Bob, great facilities here.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and I don't know whether this was here for some time or the city of Richmond just built it. It's beautiful.
Beautiful facilities here at we're playing at Huguenot High School. Big game between James Monroe and Thomas Jefferson. So we'll be back in probably about 5 minutes. Everything seems to be a little bit behind here for the kickoff of this 7 o'clock start tonight. So keep it right here, and we should be back in a little bit. Thank you. And hello, JM football fans, and welcome to Richmond, Virginia for tonight's playoff action in the Region B postseason. We are live from Huguenot High School as the third-seeded Thomas Jefferson Vikings take on your James Monroe Yellow Jackets in a regional quarterfinal game. Bob, facilities are great here. Pretty much a neutral site.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm here. Anyway, yeah, they are. They're as nice as we've seen this season, and nice thing because I'm sure it rained here most of the day in Richmond, and field looks like it's in great shape.
Artificial surface here at Huguenot High School. Welcome to the Union Bank and Trust pregame show. Fredericksburg leader in banking and financial solutions. I'm Herman Kay alongside Bob Blackburn for tonight's game. James Monroe have qualified for the VHSL playoffs for the 15th straight season and will be playing the Thomas Jefferson Vikings for the first time in school history. Last Friday night, the JM Yellow Jackets got the momentum boost they sorely needed, Bob, as James Monroe defeated Caroline 63-35 in a game that the Yellow Jackets shot out to a big halftime lead and never looked back. Game also gave Coach Survey a chance to evaluate a lot of their young talent in the second half. Southmore tailback Deontay Curry led the charge with 200 yards rushing against the Cavaliers. Including 184 yards in the first half, he also scored 4 touchdowns for the Yellow Jackets. Zach Davis tossed 2 touchdown passes to Aiden Ryan and to Turner White. Zach Davis also added a couple of scores on the ground, and freshman backup Joe Hardy added a late touchdown run as well. Well, tonight the Yellow Jackets must take their strong running game and opportunistic defense into the postseason against a tough, very capable Thomas Jefferson team that has been a revival of success in the last 2 seasons. Coached by P.J. Adams, Thomas Jefferson holds a 5-5 record this season. Last week, the Vikings lost in the season finale to rival John Marshall by the score of 12-6. But we're just about set for high school football here at Huguenot High School between the Yellow Jackets and the Vikings.
Yeah, it's kind of an unusual game with the Jackets dressed in all white,
yes,
except for the black and orange trim.
Yellow Jackets, and we haven't seen them in the all white all season, have we?
I don't think so.
No. And, of course, Thomas Jefferson, white pants, red jerseys, set to kick off to James Monroe. Here we go, high school playoff action here in Richmond. End-over-end kick taken right around the 5, 10, 15, around the left side, pulled down just shy of getting to the 20-yard line. Yellow Jackets will set up shop first and 10 at their 18-yard line. Some of the keys, Bob, to the Yellow Jackets' success tonight would be?
I think one of the things that we have said all season is if the Jackets score first, you're going to see a pretty good production.
Yes.
And I will say this also: if they score second, that's even better.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from their 18-yard line. Zach Davis, the quarterback. You got 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Davis from the pistol gets the snap. And a handoff, nice run, off guard on the left side. Out across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. Nice gain on that running play on first down by James Monroe.
Did you see, was that Curry or who's the running back tonight, I wonder? Let's see if I can pick him out. Yeah, Curry's in there.
11 and a half minutes to go, just getting underway here in Richmond. Yellow Jackets with a second down and about 5 yards to go. It's going to be another run out across the 25 to about the 28, 29-yard line, close to that first down marker. I'm thinking they picked it up, and yes, they did, Bob. They moved the chains on the far side of the field.
Yeah, I have to hand it to Curry. He pushed his legs and moved that crowd.
Yellow Jackets looking good here. Don't need any mistakes early in this football game. Trying to put together a drive. 1st and 10, run around the right side. That's Ryan on the carry, knocked out of bounds on the Thomas Jefferson side of the field. Of course, Thomas Jefferson being the host team here tonight.
Yeah, last week Ryan made that turn on the corner a couple times, and I tell you what, he got some great yardage. But tonight he just didn't quite get around the guy, so he's got some speed he's facing on their D.
No gain on that running play, setting up a 2nd down and 10 yards to go for James Monroe. Zach feeds, run. That's number 25 for the Yellow Jackets on the carry. And that's Curry, Deontay Curry on the run. Picks up about 3-4 yards on that running play. Ball at the James Monroe, we'll say 32-yard lines. 10 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. No score. First possession of the football game by James Monroe. Got 4 wideouts for the Yellow Jackets. Curry alongside Zach Davis. Zach, quick pass. Number 2 with the reception out across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. First pass of the game for James Monroe.
He needed 7. I don't know if he got that, so it looks like the punt team's going to come on.
Number 16.
So that pass completion by the Yellow Jackets, advancing the ball out to their 37-yard line. 9:20 to go in this opening quarter here at Huguenot High School. Playoff game between Thomas Jefferson and James Monroe. You got a receiver split to the far side of the field, one to the near. Punting down here for James Monroe. Punter takes his time, gets off a nice high punt, and it takes the JM bounce. It's going to be returned and finally pulled down right around the, well, I haven't pulled him down yet.
Oh my goodness.
Finally pulling him down. Hard to get that guy down.
Yeah, I tell you.
What's up? So, for the first time tonight, Bob, we'll see Thomas Jefferson High School out of Richmond, Virginia. Came into tonight's football game with a 5-5 record. And also coming off of a loss last week in a rival matchup. Here we go, 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Run. And he's going to be flag coming out. Probable holding call against Thomas Jefferson. That run designed to go to the outside. And good defense by James Monroe. Minimal gain on that running play. 8:38 to go in this opening quarter. Playoff action here at Huguenot High School.
Yeah, the Jackets are, we've said over and over, a momentum team, and to get out there in the D makes a 3 and out. That would be great for them.
And it's going to add to that problem, Bob. The Vikings charged with a holding call. Finally marking off the yard.
Yeah, I thought for a minute they may have declined it, but
yeah. That's going to push them back inside that 30 at the 29-yard line. 8:36 and counting down, shifting around in that backfield of Thomas Jefferson. Quarterback awaits the snap. And it's going to be a run, getting to the outside, and dips out of bounds right in front of his bench, but a nice run and gain. Still a little bit short of picking up the 1st down.
So Jefferson seems to get out to the outside pretty quickly. So I know they did on defense when JM tried to go wide. And looks like their offense, particularly the quarterback, is going to be a good runner for him.
JM defense, we'll get to that coming up after this play here.
Hand off to number 2.
That's number 2 on the carry. That's Graham, 6'1", 205 junior on the carry. Kind of weaving his way through the line of scrimmage, picking up some short yards. Setting up a third down, and we'll say 4 yards to go for TJ with 7:53 to go in this opening quarter. Substitute coming in for the Vikings, Jalen Jones, 6'1", 185, freshman, checking into that Thomas Jefferson lineup. Here we go, third down. We'll say 4 yards to go at the Jefferson 43-yard line. Thought I saw movement, but no flag. Running the ball on the right side. Host of JM tacklers in on the stop, forcing Thomas Jefferson to punt the football here on fourth down. Good defensive stand, Bob, by James Monroe.
Yeah, it did help on that penalty, but I tell you what, you got to have a break here and there, and yes, that good opening defense for JM.
So in his heavyweight fight, punch for punch here thus far, with 7:06 to go in this opening quarter, no score. 2 men back deep for James Monroe. Wait to punt. Punter standing at his 30-yard line. Low snap, and it's almost blocked by the Yellow Jackets. And it's going to be a relatively short kick. Rolls dead right around the James Monroe 32-yard line. So the Yellow Jackets, Bob, on that initial possession, had all runs in one pass.
Right, yeah, and I got a funny feeling they may go ahead and pop something on this one, just because what they saw, Woolridge seemed to have gotten in the open and made pretty good yardage. Of course.
Well, they're coming off of a great game last week in that win over Caroline, where they amassed a lot of yardage on the ground. So
yeah.
Let's dance with who brung us.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Man in motion to the far side of the field. Zach Davis, the quarterback, resets his offense, gets the snap, fakes the pass, and going to run, and he's going to be pulled down right around the 29-yard line.
Number 32, that's Burris.
They made a loss on that one, but now they're
Loss of 2 yards, maybe a yard and a half on that play. Second and 12 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets at their 29-yard line. 4 wideouts for James Monroe. Zach Davis alongside Curry. Zach gets a snap from the center, looking to throw. He's going to run out across the 30, and the ball comes out and finally taken down by a JM player, but it's going to be Thomas Jefferson football at the James Monroe 41-yard line.
Zach Davis is angry with himself, because how he goes, sometimes the offense goes, and he hates that fumble.
Getting an official's timeout on the field. Timeout with 6 minutes to go in this opening quarter. No score in this playoff football game here at Huguenot High School. Our score 0-0. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back to Richmond, Virginia. Injury timeout. A JM player, Bob, looked like leg cramps from one of the JM players. Certainly hope it's not. Is that number 7, Aiden Ryan?
Well, I'm thinking it's number 9 that was helped off the field, and that's Zach Davis. So
yes. So here we go with the turnover. TJ with the football. And Flag on the play.
Wait a minute.
Probable illegal procedure call against Thomas Jefferson.
Hang on a second.
Referees
Oh, wait. Yeah, it appears to be illegal procedure. That's what I thought it was.
illegal procedure call against Thomas Jefferson, pushing him back. Seem to be a little bit mistake prone, Bob, this Thomas Jefferson team. That's the second penalty of tonight's football game early in this first quarter. 5 minutes and 57 seconds to go in this opening quarter. No score. Of course, the winner will advance to next week's football game. It's going to be a run around the right side into the secondary, exploding off tackle on the right side down near the 35-yard line. Officials spotting the football at the James Monroe 36-yard line. What a nice run.
Yeah, I was going to say, a nice-looking counter play there, and the other guys going through the line there carried at their fakes, and he had a nice hole over in that right side.
So Thomas Jefferson on the move down to the James Monroe 36-yard line. 5:25 to go with a second down, and we'll say 5.5 yards to go for the Vikings. Quarterback. A run. Left side, guard inside, down inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line.
Yeah, showing a lot of leg strength there. And,
Yellow Jackets still playing tough, Bob, not giving up huge chunks of yardage here. That's going to set up a third down and about 2 yards to go for Thomas Jefferson. Number 2 checking in, Shamar Graham, 6'1", 205 junior, checking into that Vikings backfield.
See if they come back to that counter play.
Third and short to go for Thomas Jefferson. A run right into two JM defenders. The battle on the left side of that JM defensive front, Bob, was won by 2 JM players that beat their man and made the hit in the backfield. So now Thomas Jefferson faced with a fourth down and about 3.5, 4 yards to go.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for it, Herman.
Yeah. They will go for it here on fourth down. Fourth down and a long 3 for Thomas Jefferson. 3:58 remaining, opening quarter, no score. Big offensive play here. They're trying to draw James Monroe offside. It did not work. And now we're getting a timeout by TJ, and we'll take a timeout as well. 3:52 to go in this opening quarter, no score from Richmond, Virginia. Welcome back. It's going to be about a 52-yard field goal attempt here by Thomas Jefferson. There's your kick. It's long enough and short off to the right side, but a 52-yard field goal attempt falls short by Thomas.
They attempted a mighty ambitious thing, but he got a lot of foot into it.
Yeah.
I'd say inside 40 yards. He
was good to go.
Yeah.
Had the windage and elevation just off a little bit to the right side. So the Yellow Jackets will have it first and 10 yards to go from their 20-yard line. Yellow Jackets have got to generate some offense here and try to put some points on the board. And the running game looked good to me on that first possession.
I thought so too, Herman.
Here we go, first and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Fumble the football, and they fall on it, pick it up.
Touchdown.
It's going to be down because he was down on the knee. You can't advance it.
Down goes Frazier. It's down.
My goodness. All right, if that's Zach Davis, wow, that's his second fumble tonight.
Second fumble tonight by Zach Davis. Fumbled the football, never got the handle on the football, and Thomas Jefferson alertly falling on it down in the red zone at the James Monroe 7-yard line. Can't win many games when you give the football back to your opponent as often as the Yellow Jackets do. Last week, pretty much penalty-free, mistake-free football by James Monroe. And already they've coughed it up twice in this first quarter. Here we go, 1st and 10. 1st and goal, rather. And that's going to be a run. Dips inside at the goal line, down inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. Nice hard run. Good blocking on the right side of that Thomas Jefferson offensive line. And it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line.
I tell you, it would be a shame that JM made some great stops, and just to have a mistake bring them the first touchdown.
Yep. 2nd and goal for Thomas Jefferson. Quarterback turns, hands it off, and he's going to be hit right around the 3-yard line. Still did not get into the end zone, so the Yellow Jackets stepping up defensively. And one more shot here, they could deny Thomas Jefferson, Bob, from getting into the end zone, scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, and then we'd probably see that field goal kicker again, huh?
Yes, right.
This time at a little bit better range.
So here we go, 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. Quarterback under center, turns, hands it off, and it's going to be right around the goal line. 3-yard touchdown run.
That's Graham, only carry. He took it to the house.
Was that Shamar Graham?
Number 2, I think, is the...
Yeah. Graham with the 2-yard touchdown run, putting TJ on the board first in this football game. Extra point attempt here coming up. That's number 20, Keegan Vaughn. Vaughn with the extra point. It is good. Timeout on the field, 2.5 minutes remaining in this playoff game here at Huguenot High School between James Monroe and Thomas Jefferson. Our score, TJ 6, JM nothing. Back after this timeout. Welcome back to Huguenot High School. The Yellow Jackets and Thomas Jefferson doing battle tonight to advance in the playoffs. Yellow Jackets 15 years in a row making it to the playoffs. That's a record in itself, isn't it, Bob?
Yeah, when they interviewed Coach Surbury after the game, he said, well, all along we want to make game 11. And so here we are.
The second season. So the playoff kicking off all around the area. Matter of fact, playoffs officially got underway last night because of predicted rain in a lot of areas tonight. Not raining now here in Richmond. There's your kick taken at the 1-yard line. 5, 10, 15. Ball falls out. Boy, the ball popped out and the Yellow Jackets fall on it. What is this with all the fumbles by James Monroe?
Might be tackling the ball. And
that's what they're doing.
Yeah, some teams are coached to do that, and until you learn to tuck it in there, you better watch out.
Got to hold on to that football. So would you say they are ball hawks?
Yeah, and took advantage of. Let's see. So the Jackets have fumbled 3 times, and
Thomas Jefferson once, sir. Did they?
Yeah.
Did they fumble?
Yeah, that's a good question.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at their 12-yard line. And they keep the ball on the ground. Nice defensive play by, looked like number 20,
It's hard, that is.
Couldn't pick up the number.
It's hard.
No, you notice the numbers on the white numbers on the red jerseys?
Second and 9.
The numbers are small, Bob.
They are, and
I think they purposely do that for us. So, second down and about 9 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. 4 wide out. Zach Davis swing pass in the flat and a nice run out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. Close to the first down marker, but a little bit shy. It's going to set up a third down and about a yard to go for James Monroe.
it's a good spot to be in. I'll look down there and see. I think I see Zach Davis.
Oh, that's the Monroe 22.
Joe Hardy.
Yeah, I thought that's what it might have been. Yeah, that's Hardy in there.
Thanks, Jim. 3rd and 1 to go. Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground. They've got the first down out across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Nice blocking up front by James Monroe, allowing the Yellow Jackets to pick up that first down.
Yeah, they need to keep this drive steady and let Jack get used to what he's doing here.
So they pull Zach Davis. We have a new quarterback in there. That's number 4, Joe Hardy, the quarterback. First down and 10 yards to go from the James Monroe 26-yard line. Nice run up the middle into the secondary, out across the 35 to the 38-yard line. Huge run by James Monroe. Excellent blocking up front, Bob.
Yeah.
Longest run from the line of scrimmage thus far for James Monroe.
A nice looking run. And I tell you what, he was a step away from breaking that.
So 58 seconds to go. Are we getting a timeout here? Thomas Jefferson coming toward their coach on the sideline. So everything has gone black on the clock. The instructions coming from the officials down on the field that the time has to be reset. So the Yellow Jackets exploding up the middle, picking up the first down. And if we see runs like that, Bob,
yeah,
that's a good sign.
Yeah, Curry is picking up where he left off from last week. He's amazing.
Here we go. First and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. At their 37-yard line, you got trips to the near side of the field. Momentary hold up here until they get the clock straight. Official time is being kept down on the field. Well, it's 28 seconds to go. Yellow Jackets taking out time. Swing pass in the flat with a reception. And that's Mac Holland with the reception for James Monroe. Short gain on that play. Might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think he's going to be looking for Woolridge pretty soon. The two of them were out there and thought maybe he'd give Woolridge a try because he's awfully good receiver.
That's going to end the first half of play here in Richmond, Virginia. Our score, it's Thomas Jefferson 6, James Monroe nothing. We'll be back with the second quarter coming up after this timeout.
James Monroe.
Second down. Welcome back to Richmond, Virginia. Playoff football action, high school style. as the Yellow Jackets with a second down and 10 yards to go as we begin this second quarter play. James Monroe all set to go, but the officials holding up play. Don't know what that's all about. Trying to get the clock straight here, I think.
There we go.
Reset? Yeah, I couldn't get the score right. The score was 20-0.
Well, I think we've fixed the problem with the clock. So here we go. First play as we begin the second quarter play. Second down and 10, James Monroe, and they keep it on the ground, running up the middle. Gain of about a couple of yards on that play, out to the James Monroe 38-yard line.
And I keep surprising myself. TJ is quick. They're quick to react.
So third down, 9 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. Probable passing down here. You're getting 4 wideouts, 2 to the near, 2 to the far side of the field. Operating from the pistol formation, that's number 4, Joe Hardy, the quarterback. Hardy gets the snap, fumbles it, improvises. What is it? They need to check the ball. I think it's got grease on it.
The way they're juggling around.
So that's a busted play. The ball seems to be slippery out there tonight for the Yellow Jackets. Hard to hold on it with the football. That's Joe Hardy having a tough time. So now we'll face with a fourth down. Punting down here for James Monroe. Punter at his 21-yard line. One return man back deep. And he takes his time, gets off a nice line drive punt. And the Yellow Jackets downfield quickly to down it at the Thomas Jefferson 29-yard line. So once again, the Yellow Jackets failed to do anything offensively with the football.
Yeah, they're going to have to get some mojo going here.
Yeah. Don't want this thing to get out of hand early. Trailing 7-0 is certainly bad enough, but Yellow Jackets, in order for them to win this football game, they're going to have to match them scoring, Bob.
Yeah, they will.
So first and 10 for Thomas Jefferson at their 29-yard line. They say it's a pro set, but looks more like a single wing or something by Thomas
tight,
Jefferson. Yeah. And nice defensive play. Gain of a yard on that play. Official spotting the ball at the TJ 30-yard line.
That was number 55 making that tackle, Isaiah Johnson, and it was a beauty.
So the Yellow Jackets in the playoffs for the 15th time in a row. Second down, and we'll say 8 yards to go for the Vikings at their 30-yard line. 9:52 to go in this first half. And a flag whistle again. Illegal procedure call against the Vikings. Little competition here tonight with the PA announcer. This guy is funny.
It's almost like you want to take your headset off and just listen.
And listen to him. And it's a guy that went to college with my brother, played football with my brother down at Norfolk State. Third down. And that's going to be hurdling over players out to the 30-yard line. Still well short of picking up the first down.
Jackets look like they get another 3 and out. Let's see.
Well, they've got the hold here on this third down. Third down and 9 yards to go for Thomas Jefferson. Have we seen a pass from this offense yet?
One, I believe. One. It was like a swing pass, I think, but maybe not. I'm
probable passing down here for the Vikings. He had players all out of position there.
Yeah, that's.
They had to take a timeout. Looked like a fire drill.
Is that their third timeout?
Huh?
Is that TJ's third timeout? I wonder.
Second, I think, because the Yellow Jackets had one. So
okay, gotcha.
we'll take one here. 8:58 to go. Timeout in this playoff game. Thomas Jefferson 7, Jays Monroe nothing. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back to Huguenot High School playoff action. 3rd down and 9. And that's going to be trying to turn the corner. Late pass. And let's see, did he get enough for the first down? I think he did, Bobby. He had to get out to the 39. And it was a busted play because they had that running back trapped in the backfield. He improvised and threw a pass, a little short pass ahead, and they converted that first down play.
Yeah, he was in the act of being hit, and
he got rid of the football.
Yeah,
smart play. 1st and 10 for Thomas Jefferson at their 38-yard line. 8:35 to go. Run around the left side, sheds a couple of tacklers, and he's going to be hit hard out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Number 55 for the Yellow Jackets in on stop. Isaiah Johnson all over the field tonight, along with number 60. And that's Rashawn Whitaker in on stop for James Monroe. Holding call against TJ.
That's going to be costly for them.
Yep. That's about their 4th infraction in the first half thus far. My son came down here last week to scout Thomas Jefferson, and that's one of the things that he noticed in that football game, that they committed a lot of infractions.
Okay, so this may be a new crew tonight too. They just happen to notice too.
Let's see, first down and about 20 yards to go. Ball at the TJ 27-yard line. Quarterback. And again, it's going to be a false start against the offense. He was telling me that, Bob, that they made a lot of mistakes. And we can see that early. The Yellow Jackets are not capitalizing and taking advantage of the mistakes.
Right. And Jackets get on the board. I think we'll see a different thing here.
5-yard penalty against Thomas Jefferson, pushing the ball back inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. That's setting up a first down at about 25-yard line. 25 yards rather. Need to get out to the 49-yard line for a first down. And they keep the ball on the ground, slipping tacklers out across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Yellow Jackets have not given up any long runs, so I like the way the defense is playing early in this football game.
Yeah. Second and low.
At home.
It might get into a middle.
So 2nd down and about 20 yards to go. Going to be a run and a hold, but no call from the referee, so the Yellow Jackets defense that well. And that's number 22 in on stop. That's Parker Hildebrand, 6-footer, 193 senior, coming all the way across the field, Bob, to make the play.
Yeah, we've called his name and number a lot this year, and I don't know whether he's hurt last game or not, but we did.
So
I don't remember.
I'm sorry, Bob.
No problem.
3rd down, Thomas Jefferson faced with a 3rd and about 20 yards to go. You got 2 receivers split to the far side of the field. Quarterback under center, sets his offense. Yellow Jackets jumping around. It's going to be a run, and short of picking up the first down out to the 35-yard line. So Yellow Jackets with a great defensive stand there, holding Thomas Jefferson and forcing them to punt the football.
Let's see if they get in that backfield, maybe block this punt. That'd be sweet.
Hey, I like the way you think there, partner.
Well, we need a shortcut here real quick.
Punter standing at his 20-yard line. 2 men back deep for James Monroe. High snap, he gathers it, now he's going to run it, and he's got a lot of room out in front, and he steps out of bounds, out across midfield into JM territory.
Wow, that's something you're talking about, getting a punt block and turn around, and he takes off with it.
It's funny listening to this PA announce. So he faked the punt and ran with it, got enough yardage for the first down. Now the officials trying to decide where he stepped out of bounds at. And was it a personal foul on top of that great run? It's going to be a penalty against Thomas Jefferson, nullifying that fake run for a first down.
Wow, that's a bad break
A
for
fake
TJ.
punt run for a first down. So once again, Thomas Jefferson shooting themselves in the foot with the mistake. So let's see, Bobby.
That'll bring me back a few years.
So you got 2 nicknames. Well, you got 3. You got Bob, Bobby, and Doctor.
Oh, me.
So the penalty against Thomas Jefferson, spotting the ball back at their 34-yard line. 5:40 to go in this playoff game. 7-0 Thomas Jefferson. Didn't quite understand what happened, but it's going to be 4th down, and a punter back at his 20-yard line. I bet you $1 to a donut they'll be guarding against this fake punt.
Yeah. Let's see if they get in there.
There's the snap to the punter, and he gets off a nice punt, and it takes a Thomas Jefferson bounce, and it will be down at the James Monroe 30-yard line. So the Yellow Jackets 5 minutes and 29 seconds away from trying to put some points on the scoreboard, and that offense has just not been there thus far.
Yeah, I've been looking for Zach, and I think he might have gotten hurt.
Other playoff games tonight, Class 6 Region B. Colonia Forge getting a bye tonight. Manchester at James River in another playoff game. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Quarterback handoff and a run out across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Short gain on that play by James Monroe.
Okay, Herman, I don't want to start any trouble, but number 4 has been replaced by number 8. But the name is the same.
So we got Jack Hardy in there now. This PA is hilarious. So 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Pass across the middle. Aiden Ryan with the reception. Out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. And that should be enough for James Monroe. First down as they move the chain on the far side of the field. Coach Survey pulling out all the stops tonight. He's gone through all 3 of his quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And we haven't finished the first half.
Exactly.
1st and 10 for James Monroe. The pump. Got to get out of there. And he's going to be pulled down back inside the 35 to about the 34 for a sack.
And number 34. Huron and Charles. A loss.
Second down, and we'll say 18 yards to go for James Monroe. Yellow Jackets have got to be able to get some offense going here. Got trips to the far side of the field, one to the near. Quarterback, pass across the middle. That's Aiden Ryan with the catch into Thomas Jefferson territory. Down inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. Huge pickup by James Monroe. Nice route, crossing route across the middle. Aiden came open, Bob, and the ball was right there.
Yeah, and give him another step, and they'll see what else he can do when he gets in the open field.
Watch the receiver on the far side of the field for James Monroe. That's Brandon Woolridge, split wide to the far side of the field. And that's going to be a late pass that could have been. Now we're going to get an interference call against Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson working against the receiver on that side was Brandon Woolridge. Woolridge, a nice target at 6'4", 202, a senior. And we're going to get a penalty against the Vikings here.
Yeah, pass interference assessed to the Vikings.
Yes. So the penalty will be marked off from the line of scrimmage here. 3:31 remaining.
31.
Virginia High School League football playoff action. And now we're getting a timeout on the field. Timeout on the field with 3:31 to go. First half of action here in Richmond, Virginia. Our score, Thomas Jefferson 7, James Monroe nothing. Back after this. Welcome back to Huguenot High School. Yellow Jackets on the move. 1st and 10 at the Thomas Jefferson 30-yard line. Hardy, low snap, pass in the flat through the hands of Woolridge. Woolridge was open. That was a time pattern play, Bob.
Yeah.
Just as Woolridge made his turn, the ball was right there. He didn't see it. And that's the ball that he could and should have caught.
I thought so. He's a great receiver, and apparently it just came up on the bad side.
So that falls incomplete, stopping the clock with 3:27 to go. Second down and 10 yards to go for James Monroe. Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground. That's Curry on the carry. Deontay Curry, no gain on that play. That's going to set up a third down. It's going to give them a yard pickup on that play. Third down, and we'll say 9 yards to go. 3:07 and counting down here in this opening, first half rather. Play coming in from the bench. Do we have our fourth quarterback?
Oh, gosh, let me look.
That's going to be, who is that?
No, it's still Hardy.
Jack Hardy in there for the Yellow Jackets. 3 wideouts. Hardy looking, throws a pass. And did he make the catch? Yes.
Wow, he zipped that ball down there.
Not only did he put the ball on the money, but the receiver had the presence of mind, Bob, to drag his foot on that sideline to make that a complete play.
And that'll help. I tell you what, Zach's finding his range. He really is. I mean, not Zach. I'm sorry, Jack.
So the Yellow Jackets picking up the first down in the red zone at the 15-yard line. And a run, that's number 25 down near the 10-yard line. Curry on the carry.
I tell you what, Curry got that ball standing still, and he made that yardage.
On his own.
On his own, yes, he did.
So 2:22 to go in this first half. Yellow Jackets trailing in this football game by the score of 7-0. trips to the near side of the field. Yellow Jackets with a second and about 5 yards to go. Hardy looking, and guess you could call that an old button hook where you drive down the field and turn around and the ball was there, but Hardy was a little bit off target on that throw.
Yeah, that requires perfect timing.
Yes.
Seen him do it in the pros, but
Yellow Jacket Bob have to get to the Thomas Jefferson 4-yard line for the first down. And, of course, it's third down, and we'll say 5 yards to go. Watch Woolridge on the far side of the field. Yellow Jackets, flag coming out. Whistle, rather. And it might be illegal. Illegal procedure call against the Yellow Jackets.
It brings up 3rd and 10.
So right back from where they started, back to the 15-yard line. Got to throw it here, wouldn't you think, Bob?
I would think unless you can bring Ryan off the wing and let him circle wide.
Woolridge to the far side of the field. Great target at 6'4". Trips to the near side of the field. Hardy awaits the snap from the center. Gets the snap. Looking. Pass across. And it was little contact there, but no flag. And the JM receivers... The JM receivers are really complaining because I thought it was early contact, but the officials refusing to throw the flag.
Yeah, that was what we might know as a Josh Norman thing. He times his like right to the millisecond.
Minute 38 to go after that incomplete pass. The Yellow Jackets faced with a fourth down, 10 yards to go at their 15-yard line. Yellow Jackets going to be about a 31-yard field goal attempt here by the Yellow Jackets. Now we're getting a timeout. That's Thomas Jefferson taking a timeout.
To freeze the kicker, right?
That's what the PA announcer said. Freeze it. So timeout on the field, a minute 38 to go in this first half. Thomas Jefferson 7, James Monroe nothing. We'll be right back with a field goal attempt by the Yellow Jackets. Welcome back to Huguenot High School. Yellow Jackets with a 31-yard field goal attempt here. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. 31-yard field goal attempt is good by the Yellow Jackets. A minute 33 to go in this first half. So the Yellow Jackets on the board with a minute 33 to go, and we'll keep it right here, Bob. We were talking about some Class 6 Region B playoff action. Number 2, Manchester, taking on number 7, James River. Thomas Dale at number 6, Crosby. Franklin County versus number 5, Clover Hill. Class 5 Region D. Number 1, Massaponax, taking on number 8, Albemarle. Second-ranked North Stafford, taking on number 7, Halifax. Number 3, Mountain View versus number 6, Patrick Henry of Roanoke. Number 4, Brook Point, taking on number 5, Harrisonburg. And in the Class 4 Region B, number 1, Louisa, taking on number 8, Huguenot. This guy is like Cedric the Entertainer.
Okay.
Can you hear him in the background? So the Yellow Jackets with the field goal, getting on the board. We got a football game here, Bob.
Yeah, I would love to see JM get another chance, but I think it might not be. We'll see.
Yellow Jackets set to kick off to Thomas Jefferson. Waiting for the whistle. Here's your kick, and it's a squib kick along the ground. And the ball is on the ground, a pile up right around the 33-yard line, and I think the Vikings might have come up with the football.
Yeah, you would have seen a lot of excited Jackets if they had gotten down there and gotten that ball.
So Thomas Jefferson coming up with that football, and a minute 28 to go. Will they sit on it? Will they run it?
I would think so, because that's what brung them is the running.
That's right. So here we go. First and 10 yards to go for Thomas Jefferson. At the 31-yard line, a run off tackle on the right side, out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A minute 13 seconds to go. Last time we were, not the last time, we were in Caroline last week, but the week before that, we've been treated extremely well in our opposing team's press box. And another run, no gain on that play. Yellow Jackets tough on defense, Bob.
They have done a great job tonight.
And what that was leading up to, what I was talking about being on the road, you know, one place they fed us well
was
with the pizza.
Eastern View High
Eastern
School.
View.
Yeah.
Caroline, they treated us okay.
Sure.
Tonight we're being entertained by a comedian here in the press box. 15 seconds to go, and he's going nowhere. Nice defensive play by James Monroe, and that's number 55 again on stop. Isaiah Johnson, 6'3", 264, senior, with the final play of tonight's football game in this first half, rather. We're talking about playoff football action. 3-7 James Monroe and 5-5 Thomas Jefferson. Teams are pretty much evenly matched. Thus, the score 7-3 at the half, and we'll be back with our halftime show coming up after this timeout. Welcome back to Huguenot High School. It's halftime in this playoff game. Thomas Jefferson 7, James Monroe 3. Evenly matched teams, Bob. The Yellow Jackets, fumbleitis.
Yeah.
In the first half of tonight's football game, and a lot of mistakes by Thomas Jefferson. Thus, they are evenly matched. Neither team is blowing each other out here in the first half, but Yellow Jackets need to minimize the mistakes They were in the red zone one time, unable to get a touchdown, but they did get a 31-yard field goal. So, Bob, quick recap of the scoring in the first half of tonight's football game.
It will be quick.
Yep.
TJ got the only score of the in the first quarter at 2 minutes and 30 seconds with a 2-yard TD run by Graham, and their point after was good. It made it 7-0. TJ. Then in the second quarter, took all the way to the 1:33 left before halftime for JM to score a 31-yard field goal by O'Connor, and that made the score Thomas Jefferson 7 and James Monroe 3 in a tightly played game.
Yep. Competitive matchup between two teams that trying to battle and advance to next Saturday or next Friday's playoff game. And if the Yellow Jackets can come from behind here, down by 4 points, and Spotsylvania wins tonight, Yellow Jackets and Spotsy will match up next Saturday at Spotsylvania High School. Let me look at the Class 3 Region B playoff picture. Number 8, Armstrong at number 1, Culpeper. Number 5, John Marshall taking on number 4, Brentsville. James Monroe here at number 3, TJ Richmond. That's Thomas Jefferson of Richmond. Number 7, George Wythe taking on number 2, Spotsylvania. That game being played tonight in Spotsylvania. JM, Spotsy, win. It's a rematch coming up next weekend. Class 1 Region A, Franklin versus number 8 Washington and Lee. Number 2, Northumberland taking on number 7, Colonial Beach. Third rated Rappahannock against number 6, West Point. And it's number 4, Essex taking on 5th rated Northampton. So pretty much the playoff picture around the area.
Yeah, I remember the ones you just read. They used to be our opponents: Northumberland, Rappahannock, West Point, Essex. Yeah, so they remind me of the old days. But anyway, James Monroe is gonna come out in the second half, and they will be kicking off to TJ. And I kind of feel like if the Jackets got a break somewhere and then scored a quickie, they might get that momentum going. They're a momentum type team.
Well, if they're hanging close in the first half of tonight's football game, haven't made a number of mistakes, I think they're in pretty decent position here, Bob, trailing only by 4, haven't made the mistakes they made in the first half. Minimize mistakes in the second half, come out and play good defense. Yellow Jackets could come back and easily win this football game tonight here on the road. Beautiful facilities here at Huguenot High School, big AAA. Matter of fact, Huguenot, the largest high school in the Richmond area with over 1,700 students, and they've got some great facilities here, artificial surface, concession stand. We'd like it because the restrooms are right behind us.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
So, band is performing down on the field. We've given you scores 7-3. We'll be back with the third quarter kickoff coming up after this timeout. Welcome back to Richmond, Virginia, as we get set for the second half of football. There's your kick, a short angle kick, and coming around the right side on a return, and he turns the corner and knocked out of bounds on the Thomas Jefferson side of the field, but an excellent return out across the 45 to about the 49-yard line.
That was Jefferson's quarterback on that run. He made a nice run.
Flag on the play. Let's see if that's going to be against the return team. Officials trying to sort out things here, Bob. So I wonder what kind of talk Survey had with his players and some of these other coaches for James Monroe. They've got penalty against James Monroe. Something happened on this near sideline.
Yeah, I think they were probably saying that he was already out of bounds, late hit type thing.
Major penalty against the Yellow Jackets, pushing the ball down inside the 40. 38-yard line. Thomas Jefferson with excellent field position to open up this second half here. 11:50 just getting underway here in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets kicked the ball off to Thomas Jefferson. Quarterback and a handoff and a nice hit in the backfield. What a game tonight by number 55. That's Isaiah Johnson. Certainly deserves a game ball for the way he's played in this first half of tonight's football game. And that great play is continuing here in the third quarter. Loss of yards on that play. That's going to set up a second and about 13 yards to go for the Vikings. Quarterback, handoff, run, off guard, and the Yellow Jackets are stingy on defense.
Yeah, a great play. That right side of the Jacket defensive line has just, been steel tonight.
So maybe Survey kind of went back in some of his older days, Bob, and pulled out a halftime speech that inspired his team. They seem to be a different team to start off this second half of football. Got a receiver split to the near and far side of the field. Third down. And about 12 yards to go. Quarterback going to throw it. He's going to be sacked back outside the 45 to the 49-yard line.
I think Jackets got a fumble.
Yellow Jackets coming up with the football. Big defensive play. Boy, that looked like a jailbreak. The Yellow Jackets were in there on the quarterback.
Yeah, it looked like to me he was down, but the ball must have been out sooner than I thought.
So the Yellow Jackets come out like gangbusters to open up this second half with a big sack and fumble recovery at their 49-yard line. 10:23 to go in this playoff game here on the road at Huguenot High School. Thomas Jefferson and James Monroe. The Yellow Jackets trail by 4 points. Yellow Jackets, some confusion. Looking to the sideline. Are they a man short? They might have to burn an early timeout.
That'll hurt.
So the Yellow Jackets taking a timeout with 10:22 to go in this third quarter. Our score, Thomas Jefferson 7, Yellow Jackets 3. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back to Richmond, Virginia, Huguenot High School. That's where this game is being played between Thomas Jefferson and James Monroe. First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, 4 wideouts. Quarterback looking to throw the football, getting a flag on the play. Yellow Jackets going to have to settle down here on offense. And it's going to be a penalty against the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, right after a timeout, there's something strange about that. They need to.
This official out there actually marches off the yards. I mean, he's marching. He's like in the army.
He wants to get his yardage right.
Once a soldier, always a soldier.
There you go.
First and we'll say 20 yards to go for James Monroe. James Monroe at their 45-yard line. Yet to get a playoff here, aren't they?
Yes. They have.
Aiden Ryan in motion to the far side of the field.
Gosh, there it goes again.
The layup game against the Yellow Jackets, boy, are they shooting themselves in the foot. Mistake after mistake.
Okay, they're gonna need to throw.
So that's first and about 20 yards to go for James Monroe. At their 40-yard line, Hardy, the quarterback, looking to throw, and he throws it. It's going to be picked off over the head of the intended receiver on a return across midfield, 45 into JM territory, runs out of bounds on the far side of the field.
Wow, the mistakes already in the second half are piling up. Wow.
It's going to take our defense to win this football game. They're going to have to intercept a pass, a fumble, or something, because the offense is certainly not clicking tonight.
Yeah, it's not to mention they have the third quarterback in there, and it's probably throwing them off a bit, but you can't blame everybody for that.
Is there a flag on the play? Yes. They
come back.
No, I think the interception will stand. Let's see if there's a penalty on a return after the interception. It's going to be first and 10 yards to go for the Vikings at the James Monroe 45, but still we got the officials talking on the far side of the field right in front of the JM bench. Don't know what that was all about. Now we're set to go.
Let's see if TJ can get it rolling. The defense has stepped up every time, and let's see if they're going to do it again.
First and 10 for TJ at the James Monroe 45, a run. And a fumble again, and the Yellow Jackets get the football.
Wow. They're stripping the ball like TJ did to JM in the first half.
Was that number 42? And that's Dana Reynolds, I think, coming up with the fumble recovery for James Monroe. So the Yellow Jackets get the ball right back. Personally, Bob, I would go back to Zach Davis at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him come out and make the hold for the field goal, and it looked like he wasn't hurt, but we'll see.
Jack Hardy in there for James Monroe. You got four wideouts. Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground. Nice burst out across midfield, push back, but his forward progress down to the Thomas Jefferson 47-yard line.
That's Mr. Curry.
Yep. A couple of yards shy of picking up the first down, so a nice gain on first down for James Monroe. You can do pretty much anything you want to do here on second down.
Looks like he's split wide for a pass. Let's see.
9:29 to go, third quarter. Yellow Jackets, and that's going to be a catch. And that's Turner White with the reception right near the 40-yard line. That will give the Yellow Jackets a first down.
So far, I'm impressed with how evenly matched these teams are. But the Jacket defense has been the standout. Now it looks like the offense might be lighting up here.
So if the Yellow Jackets can put together a drive here and take the lead in this football game with 9:06 to go in this third quarter. Two receivers split to the near and far side of the field. Hardy, the quarterback, man in motion. That's Aiden Ryan. Ryan trying to get to the outside and unable to turn the edge or turn the corner on the far side. No gain on that running play.
Yeah, I think when they see him finally make that corner, they won't see anything but the back of his jersey.
But I like that because of the speed of players like Ryan, Bob. You got to get those speedsters out on the edge and let them use their individual talent.
Absolutely.
And if they can turn it upfield, they could make it into a big gain. 2nd and 11 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets at the Thomas Jefferson 42-yard line. Now pass, and it's out of bounds, incomplete, stopping the clock at 8:45 remaining. Woolridge has not caught a pass tonight, has he?
No, and I don't know that only one of them was catchable.
Yeah.
I think that one was clearly not.
So that falls incomplete, stopping the clock at 8:45 remaining here in the third quarter.
8:45 after the third period.
The winner will advance. The loser will go home in this game tonight. Man in motion to the near side of the field. Quarterback Hardy looking, and he does not get rid of the football. He's going to be sacked back inside the midfield stripe.
Wow, no one blocked that guy.
If he gets this excited when they get a sack, what are they going to do if they win?
I don't know, but I hope we're packed up
and ready to go. So, big sack for Thomas Jefferson, setting up a 4th down, and the Yellow Jackets will be forced to punt the football. Passing game is not working tonight for the Yellow Jackets. Had a couple of good runs on that possession. Nice snap. The punt gets off a nice punt, and it takes a bounce on a return, and he's pulled down back inside the 10 to about the 5-yard line. Yep. He caught the football, Bob, but he was backpedaling, and he was pulled down at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he was going to make one of those pro plays where you backpedal and then all of a sudden you find a seam, you know. But this may be the chance for the Jacket defense.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take much to pick something off or, at least hold them and get them to punt.
Yellow Jackets defense has played well here in the second half. They've had a couple of turnovers, a couple of sacks, and they've got to hold Thomas Jefferson back here at their 5-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at their 5-yard line. And that's going to be a handoff in the middle, out across the 5 to about the 6 or 7. He's going to be pushed back. Tough running down inside for TJ.
Yeah, need to keep them bottled up. All kinds of good things can happen.
7:27 to go in this playoff game, and a well-played, I'm going to take back well-played and say evenly matched game with a lot of mistakes.
There you go. Got your thesaurus out and got
2nd down and 8 yards to go. And another run out near the 10-yard line. So they're going to spot it at the 10-yard line, where it will be 2nd down, Bob, and 5 yards to go. Yellow Jackets can hold here, force Thomas Jefferson to punt the football, and come out of this in pretty decent field position. 6:44 and counting down here in the third quarter. 7-3 our score. And a flag, whistle, play blown dead.
Looked like it would have been a draw play. I don't know.
Going to be an illegal procedure call against Thomas Jefferson.
3rd and 10. That's about 6:38 in the third period.
And that's going to push him back to the 5-yard line. You remember, you know how loud the PA system is here? You should see the speakers outside for the PA system. You remember the movie, The Blues Brothers?
Yes.
And that big speaker they had on the cop car. That's what it looks like.
Okay. Oh,
3rd down and 10 yards to go, and a run, and out across the 15. That's going to be enough for a Thomas Jefferson first down. The Yellow Jacket failed to hold there on third down. That was a great run.
Yeah, apparently the Jackets were surprised over there on that left side.
Yes. So, what's it called here? We've got an injured Thomas Jefferson player slowly coming out. It's going to be Robert Ponton Artis. Let's see, how big is that guy, Bob? 5'10", 200-pound senior slowly coming off the field. So 1st and 10 for Thomas Jefferson at their 15-yard line. Yellow Jackets need another takeaway here. Quarterback. And he runs up the middle, slipping tacklers out across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, that play, they looked like they had that backed up in the backfield, and he slipped away.
So 2nd down, we'll say about 7, Bob. I think about 7. Number 11 checking in for Thomas Jefferson. Jalen Jones, 6'1", 185 freshman, into the lineup. See if they will throw the football. And it's going to be a run. And out near the 30-yard line, that will be enough for a first down.
I got to hand it to TJ. They grounded out.
Yep. 5 minutes and 13 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And the Yellow Jackets don't want to see Thomas Jefferson put together. We can build this game tonight, Bob, the playoff game, as the Battle of the Presidents. 4:58 remaining. And Thomas Jefferson with the football at their 30-yard line. Quarterback turns, hands it off, run off guard on the left side. And that's Chris Joseph on the carry.
Yeah, by the way, both presidents were from Virginia.
That's right. So 2nd, 10 yards to go for TJ. Ball at their 30-yard line. Yellow Jackets defense has played well tonight, giving up only 1 touchdown. But the offense has struggled and committed some mistakes. 4:14 to go. And we've got a 2nd and 10 for the Vikings at their 30. And flag coming out on the run. And out to about the 32, 33-yard line. But hold the phone might be
think a motion penalty?
Illegal procedure, let's see.
Okay.
Illegal procedure call against Thomas Jefferson. Boy, they make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
And if I were quarterback in the offense,
You'd have something to say in the huddle.
Yeah.
Right.
We can win this football game with all the mistakes that they're making.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that call was signal. What's that signal?
Now I know that one. That's winding the clock.
That's starting the clock. Make it 3:53 to go. Third quarter action, a low-scoring football game. 7-3 our score. Thomas Jefferson out in front. And that's bouncing to the outside. Number 2 on the carry. Yellow Jackets bottle him up on the far side. A lot of tacklers in on that play. And I'll tell you who's been in on a lot of plays. Number 55 for the Yellow Jackets, Isaiah Johnson. 6'3", 261 senior, having a whale of a game tonight. And the Yellow Jackets defense holds. Bob, did you just dial and order up a nice punt return for a touchdown?
Either that or a block punt. Making a shorter run, right?
That's right. Warwick's back for James Monroe. Here's your snap, the punt. And gets off a punt that goes out of bounds on the far side of the field. Yellow Jackets with 2:54 to go here in this third quarter with a chance to take the lead in this football game.
You know what? I'd let Mr. Curry take the lead here and see if they can't just push it down the field.
Can't hurt for trying it, can you?
No, indeed.
So we should get a dose of Curry here on this possession. 1st and 10 for James Monroe at their 42-yard line. Quarterback from the pistol, pitch and a run, and he cuts it inside up to the 43-yard line. That was Curry on the carry. Yellow Jackets not getting the holes like they got last week against Caroline.
Yeah, that was, you talk about a truck stop there.
I still like the pitches, the jet sweeps, getting the ball to the speedsters so that they can get in open space. 4 wideouts for James Monroe from the pistol. Quarterback with the pump. And he's got to get rid of the football. Hardy held the ball too long, and thus he's sacked back inside the 40. I wonder if Zach Davis is injured, Bob.
Well, we know initially he was, and then I think I saw him come back out to hold on the field goal attempt. So I think it might be a combination of maybe Coach took him out for both.
Here we go, 3rd down. Got a little swing pass in the flat, and a good defensive play. Looked like one of the Yellow Jackets pushed in the back, but they did not throw the flag. And they pushed the ball out to the James Monroe 43-yard line. So is that a flag on the play? Yep. Holding against James Monroe. I can't understand this offense tonight. They can't get anything going.
Yeah, it's not like we saw last week. It looked like to me it was, Katie was down there, and you know what she was doing.
I mean, when you talk about execution, that's one thing. But when you make mistakes and you hold and you fumble, that's something else.
Well,
so 3rd down and a mile to go for James Monroe. Quarterback gets the snap. Going to be a fly pattern up the sideline through the hands of the intended receiver. He led him too much to the outside, out of bounds. That pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, there was some potential there on that play, but no, you're right. He didn't quite lead him right.
Want to say hello to our dear friend back in Fredericksburg, Root Thomas. Root been under the weather a little bit. He listens to all of our games, Bob. He's the only one.
Hello, Root. Thank you so
Root,
much.
We want to thank you. And dinner is in store for you in the near future. Root Thomas back in Fredericksburg. Thank you, buddy. Certainly hope you get well soon. Punting down here for James Monroe. Punter standing at his 10. And he gets off a good punt. And
he's touched that.
Yep. On a return for Thomas Jefferson.
Okay. All right. If we advance, we're taking the guy with us, right?
Yeah, we're not just laughing to be laughing. We're laughing at this PA announcer here who has a lot of fun when he announces the football games. So it's 1st and 10 for Thomas Jefferson at the 45-yard line. Got receivers split to the near and far side of the field. Quarterback under center. Turns, hands it off, and caught in the backfield for a loss of a couple of yards. It's not the defense.
No, they've been playing their hearts out, and hopefully they'll
the offense can catch up, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
45 42 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
You know, Herman, say the word and I'll switch places.
So here we go. Second down and 11 yards to go for Thomas Jefferson at their 44-yard line. 23 seconds and counting down here in the third quarter. Quarterback dropping back. Plant fires a pass, and it's going to be picked off by James Monroe.
Nice
Number
play.
14 with the interception, Nick Williams. Williams covered him like a glove, Bob.
Yep, that was that was a classic play there.
Yes, it was. Got the inside position, went up high and pulled that pass down, and once again the JM defense coming up big, getting the ball back for the offense. They've got to generate some offense and try to get on the board.
They do indeed. I know it's rough, different cadence and all, and
Yep.
I'm sure.
And they got plenty of time not to hurry, rush, make mistakes. 11 seconds to go in this third quarter. That's Hardy, the quarterback. 4 wideouts, a draw play, and nothing. Maybe a yard on that running play, and that's going to end the third quarter play here at Huguenot High School. In this playoff game, our score, it is Thomas Jefferson 7, James Monroe 3. We'll be back after this timeout.
This is it for the night. 12 more minutes of football. Friday night lights. Right here in Houston, Virginia. After that.
Welcome back to Huguenot High School as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Yellow Jackets trailing by 4, 7-3. Bob, Yellow Jackets are in a pretty good position here to come back and win this football game.
Yeah, and if it's going to be low scoring, why not? Why not now?
Yellow Jackets, there's your jet sweep. And there's going to throw the football. And that's Woolridge with the reception. Midfield 40, cuts to the outside. 30, 25, 20, still in bounds, finally pulled down.
Flag down.
Here's a flag, and it was a push off by Woolridge. That's why he got so wide open. Wow. Obvious interference call, offensive interference call against Woolridge. He pushed off, got the separation, made the catch, and an excellent run after the catch.
Yeah, that was a shame because I think that was Aiden Ryan. He certainly did sell the run and then flipped that ball down the field, and it was a shame that flag had to come out.
Obvious offensive interference call against Woolridge right in front of the Thomas Jefferson bench and right in front of us.
Well, we were ready to ignore it, but the referees were.
So here we go. The penalty against the Yellow Jackets, a major penalty, pushing them back down inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. So it's going to be second down.
It'll be second and a bunch.
And about, we'll say, 21 yards to go.
Being added up 27-7.
So 11:43, plenty of time left in this football game, but the Yellow Jackets have got to put together a mistake-free drive. And stoppage of play by the officials.
It's the official timeout.
Don't know what that's all about, but There is a temporary stop to the play by the referees. They're out there discussing, talking about something, talking with one of the JM players.
I wonder if they're getting frustrated and maybe they're warning about the talking or whatever.
So, still timeout. Now it looks like we're ready to play. Yellow Jackets had any momentum, Bob. The officials took it away from them with that stoppage of play.
Yep.
Here we go, second down, and 20-something yards to go. Man in motion. Yellow Jackets with the fake. It's going to be a run up the middle, out across the 30 to about the 33, just shy of picking up the first down.
I like that play.
Yes. Huge gainer on that play. Was that Curry?
Yeah. Ryan came out like he was going to pass again, like it was that same play that they got all that long yardage on, and that sold it, and Curry did the rest.
Injured Thomas Jefferson player down, sitting on its pockets right around the 35-yard line. Clock stopped at 11:18 to go. Plenty of time, and the Yellow Jackets, they don't need one big play or a combination of some good little ones.
Yeah, he's looks like he's walking kind of gingerly there, number 10 for the Vikings.
Don't know if it's leg cramps or injury to his knee or ankle. So he's been assisted coming off the field.
They're making him walk faster. Oh, wow. Okay, good. It doesn't look like it's too bad, although it's probably an ankle, don't you think?
Yeah. Not too bad whenever you have players come to assist you.
Yeah.
Opposed to an athletic trainer or a doctor. So he seems to be okay on the bench. Third down, and about 6 yards to go for James Monroe at their 29-yard line. Man in motion, and it's going to be an offsides penalty against Thomas Jefferson. Coming across, false start against the Yellow Jackets. I saw a Thomas Jefferson player jump across the line of scrimmage.
Well, the Jackets had two men in motion in that backfield, and I think Ryan was one that should have been in motion, but there were two of them going.
Can't believe the mistakes the Yellow Jackets have made tonight.
I know.
Third down, and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets hardly looking. Going to have to run it and get rid of it. And did he get rid of the football? Yes, but it's incomplete.
Hey.
And that's going to set up a fourth down.
I had somebody hanging off his waist.
So, Zach Davis was lifted early in this football game, and he was replaced by both the Hardy boys.
Yep.
And we haven't seen Zach since, maybe on that field goal attempt.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And there's your kick. And it looked like it might have been partially blocked, but a short kick out to the 43-yard line in JM territory. So Yellow Jackets are going to have to call on that defense again, Bob.
Yeah, they certainly have answered the call tonight. But how often can you have them back out on the field? Kind of like a 5-alarm fire with only 4 units.
A little bit short. Well, if you look at summarize how this game has gone thus far, Yellow Jackets defense played well, no offense. First and 10 for Thomas Jefferson. They fumble the football, to scramble for that loose football, and the Yellow Jackets say they have it. Wait until they unpile. No indication from the official. Did the Yellow Jackets get it? Still unpiling players. Yellow Jackets with the fumble recovery.
That's the best thing the defense has done, because if they're tied, that's what they can do.
Well, the defense, number 57, coming out of the pile with the football. Jonathan Washington, 6'2", 264 senior with the fumble recovery. Injured Thomas Jefferson, player down on his back right around the 43-yard line. 10:23 remaining. He's been helped off the field. You got the same three guys, Bob.
Yeah,
That's on the bench. Reserve players, they know what their job is. They run out and help players off.
Huh. I don't know. Trainer's hurt tonight or something. I don't know.
Designated geriatric. So the Yellow Jackets defense has played excellently tonight. Offense got to catch up. You got 4 wideouts for James Monroe. They need to put a touchdown on the board. Man in motion to the near side. That's going to be a little counter with Curry. He's going to be pulled down. What a great defensive play by Jalen Russell with the penetration and a hit in the backfield. Loss of 3 yards.
Yeah, he faked to Ryan coming across, and maybe should have given it to him.
Yep. So the Yellow Jackets don't know if it's play calling or execution, but they're digging a hole on offense. 2nd and 13 yards, swing pass, and a run, and he's going to be hit hard out near the 43-yard line. That's going to set up a 3rd down, and about 8-9 yards to go for James Monroe.
That's number 6 for the Jackets on that reception.
So the Yellow Jackets have got to execute and make this 1st down here. 9:21, still plenty of time left in this football game. 4 wideouts, quarterback looking to throw the ball, and he's going to throw, and the receiver was pushed down, but no flag.
Incomplete pass intended for number 12, Matt Harwood.
The receiver was touched in the back by the defender back there. He went to the turf, but there was no flag thrown on the play, and that could have gone either way, but no penalty marker on that long pass play. 4th down here for the Yellow Jacket, 4th and 9. It's going to be the defense that wins this game for James Monroe.
Obviously,
Punter standing at his 30-yard line. Gets a good snap. Gets off a nice punt. And it bounces down near, going to be down at the 7-yard line. Excellent punt, getting the Yellow Jackets deep into Thomas Jefferson territory. And the Yellow Jackets have got to come up with one great defensive play again.
Pick 6 will do it.
They're going to have to score defense.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, we're just
don't
not.
have the confidence in the offense right now. So 1st and 10 for Thomas Jefferson at their 7-yard line with 8:58 to go. Plenty of time left in this football game. Winner of this game tonight will advance and take on the Culpeper game. Spotsylvania game. 1st and 10 at the 7-yard line. And again, we get a flag. Might be another illegal procedure call. Yep.
Yeah, they're going to put him back half the distance.
So they're going to dig a hole here, backing up TJ. They've had probably 10 illegal procedure calls tonight. Push the ball back inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. 1st and about 15 yards to go for Thomas Jefferson. They're going to keep it on the ground, and out across the 5 to about the 5.5-yard line.
Nice play in the backfield there by number 42 for the Jackets.
Crucial series here for Thomas Jefferson, Bob. And Yellow Jackets have got to hold and deny them any first downs down here. And the Yellow Jackets, if they can force them to punt, they will come out of this in pretty decent field position, but they've got to hold defensively. Second down and 12 yards to go. They keep it on the ground out to about the 8-yard line. That's going to set up a 3rd and 11. I would have to say, Bob, this is probably the play of the game.
This is it.
The Yellow Jackets have got to hold here on 3rd down.
Although they still have just under 8 minutes.
You got to force Thomas Jefferson to punt the ball here.
Yep.
3rd and 11 from their 7-8-yard line. Here we go, big play. The Yellow Jackets digging in on defense, and they're going to run the football. And the Yellow Jackets come up with a big defensive play out to the 12-yard line, and that's going to force Thomas Jefferson to punt the football here. Battle of the Presidents tonight.
Let's see. Go ahead and name. Let's see. There's 3 against. Right. Let's see. James Monroe was 5. 5 against 3.
Yeah. And he gets off a good high punt on a return for the Yellow Jackets.
Nice job.
That's number 18 with a nice open field. Darrell Gibson on a return for the Yellow Jackets. Cut down at his 43-yard line. Yellow Jackets. What helped Thomas Jefferson on that play, Bob, was a good punt. He rooted that thing out of that down near the red zone.
Yeah, that was his best punt of the night.
Yeah. 44-yard punt, excellent punt by the punter on that play. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at their 44-yard line. 6 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. You need a nice time-consuming, mistake-free drive to win this football game. Hardy, and that's going to be a catch into Thomas Jefferson territory down to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, he picked out a new receiver that time, Turner White.
Throda, I like those short passes, make those cornerbacks come up and challenge.
Yep.
And then you do the fly pattern up the sideline. 2nd and about 3 yards to go for James Monroe at the Thomas Jefferson 49-yard line. Again, nice catch. That's Woolridge. Woolridge at the 45-yard line. That will be a JM first down. There you go. That's the type of controlled offense.
Yeah, those short passes not only help move steady, but it sets up a run. And Curry is just dying, I think, to get his hands on that ball.
4 wideouts for the Yellow Jackets with a 1st and 10 yards to go. Thomas Jefferson, 45-yard line. Again, quarterback and a receiver wanted to run before he caught the football. And that was Woolridge.
Yeah, he came from. Did he come from all the way over to the from the right side?
Yeah.
Wow.
And what's happening now, Bob, is Hardy seems to be getting into a rhythm throwing the football. You got 4 wideouts again. Hardy, the quarterback, looking, waiting, and it's going to be picked off.
Oh, that's going to
on
hurt.
A return.
He's gone.
30, 20. 10, 5 into the end zone, touchdown.
What a shame.
55-yard touchdown interception.
Are you kidding me?
Do we have flags on the play? Yes, on the far side of the field. Let's see what that's all about.
Ain't nothing on the field, is it? No, it's not. Is it? Huh? Are you kidding me? Oh, man.
So the penalty.
There's going to be a flag on the PA.
This PA announcer is hilarious. Flag on the play. Let's see if it's will the interception stand. That's going to wipe that pick six off the board. And will the Yellow Jackets, I don't think they'll get the ball back. I think it's going to be a penalty assessed on the return. Block in the back against Thomas Jefferson on the return. So it still will be 1st and 10 for Thomas Jefferson at the 30-yard line. Yellow Jackets have been given all types of opportunities tonight, and they have not taken advantage of any.
After those nice completions, they should have gone to the running game a little bit there, because Curry's just waiting to get
That kid jumped a route on that pass play, picking it off and going all the way, but somebody on a return pushed in the back, and the Yellow Jackets defensed that run well. Thomas Jefferson has not been able to run the ball effectively against the Yellow Jackets defense tonight.
Got that break in the first half, first quarter, and
got to be one of the best defensive performances of the year, because even in the big win over Caroline last week, Caroline put up 30-some points.
They did, 35 points. You're right.
So tonight they're holding Thomas Jefferson to 7 points, but under 5 minutes to go in this football game, 7-3 outscore. And a run right into a couple of JM players. That's number 60 for the Yellow Jackets, Rashawn Whitaker.
Got a player down for JM.
Injured JM player. Certainly hope it's not Johnson.
No, number 55.
That is Johnson. That's
Isaiah Johnson. Yep. Right.
Isaiah Johnson has had one whale of a game tonight. Flat on his back. He's a senior. This could be his last game of the season now, Bob. Could be the last for a lot of them over there.
Oh, brother, let's hope there's
unless you're
miracle.
Underclassmen.
Right, yeah.
So injured player Johnson, Isaiah Johnson, down for James Monroe. Seems to be okay. He has had a great game tonight, and he's jogging off under his own power, so he might set out a play and be right back.
Yeah, he's a good one.
4:32 remaining in this football contest. 7-3. Thomas Jefferson up about 4 points. And we're looking at second down and about 14 yards to go for Thomas Jefferson. Ball at their 25.5-yard line.
Throwing down. Let's see what they do.
Third down, I'm sorry. And they keep it on the ground. And the Yellow Jackets defense, they were in the huddle, Bob. Big loss on that play. Back inside near the 20-yard line. That's going to set up a fourth down. And about 22 yards to go for Thomas Jefferson.
You know, I would say, okay, the Jackets have been on the field a long time defensively, but when they switch over, so many of the defense guys are on the offense, they're playing the whole football game.
Yes. Punter standing at his 6-yard line. Needs a good snap here, and he gets it. And they went out after the punter. And on a return for the Yellow Jackets, that's number 18, turning the corner. And right around the 49-yard line. So a good return for James Monroe. Greg Williams on a return for JM, 5'7", 145-pound 10th grader.
I got to give him credit for good hands and then being able to make the run.
I'm sorry, Bob, but 3:20 to go in this football game, and the Yellow Jackets with the football at their 49-yard line. It's do or die here, because if they don't get it into the end zone here, I don't think they'll get the football back again.
No, they won't.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Quarterback looking to throw the football, and he does, and it's going to be incomplete. Let's go with the short stuff. Forget those medium-range passes.
Right.
Falls incomplete, stopping the clock with 3:13 to go. Yellow Jackets need a big play here in a big way with a 2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line. Four wideouts for James Monroe. Here's your snap. It's going to be a draw play and a nice run. That's carried down inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. First down, and they move the chain on the far side.
Yeah, I would give Mr. Curry all the chances he wants.
Yellow Jackets with their hurry-up, no huddle here with 3 minutes remaining in this football game. Quarterback Hardy gets the snap, rifles a pass, and that's going to be Woolridge slips away down inside the 20, pulled out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
Not a bad move for a 6'4".
Yes, he made up for that play earlier with a great catch and run, advancing the ball down to the Thomas Jefferson 14, make it 19-yard line. So the Yellow Jackets on the move here with 2:37 to go in this football game. Winner will advance, the loser will go home. Trips to the far side of the field, and that's going to be number 25 fighting his way, trying to pick up some yards, down to about the 17-yard line. Curry on the carry.
He made that play, I tell you what.
Yes.
He dipped outside twice.
So the Yellow Jackets looking up at the clock, trailing by 4. 2:10 to go. 3 wideouts on the near side. And that's nearly picked off. Intended for Woolridge.
Man, what timing he had. I tell you what, he was an inch from grabbing that and going pick 6.
Stopping the clock with 2:04 to go. 3rd down. 8 yards to go for James Monroe. This is 2-down territory. If they don't pick up the first down here, Bob, on 3rd down, Yellow Jackets going to talk about it. Taking a timeout here with 2:04 to go in this playoff action here at Huguenot High School. Great facilities here at Huguenot. Not only did we come down the road where they've got an artificial surface, a nice track around the field, nice press box, but who ever thought we were going to be entertained by a comedian as a PA announcer?
Yeah, who would ever thought?
We've been listening to him all night, so he ought to hear what I've got to say.
Oh, man.
So the Yellow Jackets, biggest play of the year here on 3rd down. 3rd down and 9 yards to go for James Monroe after taking a timeout. What kind of play did Eddie Haynes call here on 3rd and 9?
Halfback pass, maybe.
4 wideouts for James Monroe. The snap, Hardy looking, and he gets away, and he's going to be hit. I don't think he drew that up.
No, that was running for your life there.
Getting back to the line of scrimmage, 4th down and 9 yards to go. Football game rest on this play here with 1:42 and counting down. And the Yellow Jackets take another timeout.
Yeah, they got to come up with a trick play.
They need 10 yards to get the first down to keep this drive alive. Certainly not much time left on the clock, 1:41 to go. Evenly matched football teams here tonight. And Thomas Jefferson, Bob, coming in with 5 wins on the season against 5 losses. Yellow Jackets 3 wins and 7 losses. You know, I looked at some of the scheduling of playoff games. You had a couple of teams with 0-10 records getting into the playoffs. Can you believe it?
It's called the American Dream, right?
What is it to play for?
Yeah, maybe that.
Let's sit out the season and just get right into playoffs.
Right, get a chance to be 1-10.
Yellow Jackets season on the line right here on this play. 4th down, 9 yards to go, 4 wideouts. Hardy looking. He's going to be hit and sacked.
Oh, for crying out loud, he fumbled too.
So that's it.
That hurts.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? Jalen Russell. Welcome to the Jalen Russell Show. Russell here. Russell there. Russell.
All right.
So the Yellow Jackets, barring a mistake here by Thomas Jefferson coughing up the football, the Yellow Jackets, I think they've used up all their timeouts.
Yeah.
It's over with.
Yeah,
1st and 10 for Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, they going to take a knee here and let the clock run down.
That's right.
No way the Yellow Jackets can stop it.
Wow, what a way to end a tight football game. See, you see it all the time in the pros. You know that.
I know they should have saved 1 touchdown from last week's big win.
Right.
They used them all up. So it's no way the Yellow Jackets can stop the clock here. Continues to run down. 1:06 to go in this football game. 7-3 outscore. That's the way it will end. Flag coming out.
Probably delay of game.
I think a Yellow Jacket might have come across the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
Was that a illegal procedure when they kneeling?
Illegal procedure says to Thomas Jefferson.
How unusual is that call?
Unusual.
Yep. So the clock is stopped temporarily here at 55 seconds to go.
17.
Going to push the ball back to the 21-yard line. So 2nd down. And they take a knee again.
And the clock is moving.
And now the referee is stopping the clock here. 51 seconds ago. Is that another penalty against them?
We got another penalty.
Is Thomas Jefferson trying to figure out a way to give JM this football game?
Wow.
That's 2 consecutive illegal procedure calls. And the clock continues to run. They take a knee again.
3rd down and the clock is moving. This one almost looks like a
The Yellow Jackets cannot stop the clock. And this is 3rd down. They snap it this time, that's it.
I want to thank you for coming out and supporting Vikings football. Thomas Jefferson looked like every woman on too.
So that'll mean TJ comes to Sponsy?
Yep.
Wow.
Thomas Jefferson taking a timeout here with 21 seconds to go. Don't know what that's all about. So the Vikings will advance in the playoff, probably taking on Spotsylvania next week.
I believe that they might be taking on Spotsylvania. He's dropping up here.
And I'll tell you what, the
Yeah, Austin. They might be playing Spotsylvania.
I think I'm going to give him some wrong information here in a minute. Deliberately give you wrong information. I think they'll take on Pulaski County next week.
All right.
But I tell you what, this one is in the book.
That's it.
It's not going to be no. It's a wrap.
That's the end of the game here at Huguenot High School. It's been fun, sad on our side because the Yellow Jackets lost, and a great game here tonight. Low scoring game, 7-3. Thomas Jefferson advancing to the quarterfinals, I guess that would be, or semis next week. Those are the semifinals, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
And they should be playing Spotsylvania next week, so they'll be up in the Fredericksburg area. But, Bob, we'll talk about what happened tonight in this football game. The chances the Yellow Jackets had did not take advantage. Final score, 7-3, Thomas Jefferson. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back to Huguenot High School. Game was played here tonight between the JM Yellow Jackets and the Thomas Jefferson, what are they called?
The Vikings?
Vikings, that's right. 7-3 our final score, and a well evenly played matchup between two teams, and either team, well, they're going to run into a buzzsaw next week, Bob, when they take on probably Spotsylvania in the playoff game. So you can recap the scoring in the entire game.
Won't take long, will it?
Time's up.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is the story of the first half here. TJ got on the board at 2:30 of the first quarter on a 2-yard run by Graham, and the point after was good, 7-0. All the points TJ needed. JM came back and got 3 of them back, 1:33 of the second quarter on a 31-yard field goal by O'Connor. 7-3 after the end of 3, and 7-3 after the end of 4. No scores at all in the second half. Wow.
So scoreless second half, but TJ got what they needed to win. There was that one touchdown and an extra point. Yellow Jackets sputtered on offense tonight. Defense played relatively well. Gave the offense a number of chances to score points, but just wasn't there tonight. So it's Thomas Jefferson advancing to the semifinals next Saturday in more high school playoff action. Yellow Jackets season ends tonight. A lot of things to look forward to. Young players coming back next year, so pretty hopeful about their chances. 15th year in a row that the Yellow Jackets have made the playoffs.
Yeah, that's got to be
not
the
too
story.
shabby.
Not too shabby at all, and I'm sure they'll be back next year, and probably be back next year from a better standpoint, because you come in at number 6, I think. They just didn't have it.
Oh, one great note: James Monroe High School girls field hockey team advanced to the championship game.
Wow.
So they defending state champions, and we wish them well. I think that game is going to be played tomorrow. And we certainly wish the Lady Yellow Jackets field hockey team good luck tomorrow in that championship game. So, Bob, we want to thank everybody involved. Jim Chandler, the best cameraman, setup guy, around. And Jim, we've been together for a long time this season. Had some great rides in the car and good conversation. Food's been good. We've just had a good time. And what can I say about you, Bob, my partner, and going into what, our 60th year?
Let's add them together, and then,
That's
we
right.
get that. Yeah, no,
But thank you so much for adding all of the color and analyzing all of the plays. And this young lady to my right over here, who
has not missed a game.
follows me everywhere.
You lucky dog, you. Anyway, and I want to thank you, Herman, for again accepting me as your partner, and
Thank you.
hopefully.
That's an easy thing to do.
Oh, bless your heart.
Yeah.
You're the dean, and we're just your students.
And we want to thank the players, all of the James Monroe High School players, the coaches. You know, we've got a great group of young people that will come back and be really competitive next year. Coaching staff is intact. They went out and got back some of the old folks
Yep.
that are on the sideline, and they are developing a lot of these young players. And what can we say about the guy, Coach Survey? The
Yeah.
job he has done year after year after year in winning and getting to the playoffs. And it's been a treat, again, to watch him and see him do what he still can do at his age. Oops, didn't mean to say that. But we're right there with you, Coach. So,
Yeah.
and we want to thank the administration, Advanced Solutions, that provide the camera work and put it on the air and on the World Wide Web. And we just want to say thank you. And basketball season coming up, and we might be able to do a few games. So we're going to say goodbye from Huguenot High School in Richmond, Virginia. That final score, once again, it's Thomas Jefferson defeating James Monroe by the score of 7-3. So for Bob Blackburn, for Jim Chandler, I'm Herman Kay saying so long from Richmond, Virginia.